I have the receipts. I have the receipts. I'm a 40-year sports card collector, former sports journalist, broadcaster, and teenage sports card dealer. Now I make YouTube videos covering sports cards and talking sports. Welcome to EDI Sports Cards. Ty and the Chasing Cardboard team seems to make things worse for themselves every single day. I reached out to Chasing Cardboard for comment. They initially declined, then they gave me a statement. You're going to see that statement in this video. If you want to know what's going on, please stay tuned. But before we dive into that, let's just kind of get all the players in this story first so we know where we are. This story begins with an episode of Chasing Cardboard where Ty goes to Tennessee to buy a sports card collection. No drama there. That's what their channel does. Full disclosure, I subscribe to Chasing Cardboard. So I watched that video, saw the whole thing. Obviously, all of the Chasing Cardboard episodes I think are really well made and they're entertaining. But in that collection in Tennessee, Ty buys 3 autographs, all ungraded. He says that there's some kind of story to it. We'll get to that later. 2 of those autographs are The Rock on-card autos. A few months later, Ty listed the on-card autos on eBay. There was an auction for one of them. A bidder won the auction, then questioned the authenticity, and Ty decided to refund that winning bidder, but then relist the card with no modifications to the listing. He literally just took the card off and then relisted it. No changes. The winning bidder then reaches out to Sports Card Radio, tells them of the situation, and Sports Card Radio produces a video. You all know where we are. And then fireworks explode. Chasing Cardboard and Ty decide to put out some videos accusing Sports Card Radio of misreporting the situation, and then they go so far as to say that Sports Card Radio is bad for the hobby. Now here's where things get really interesting. I put out a reaction video on July 15 to the whole situation. It's one of my biggest viewed videos. It's not my highest, but it's one of my larger ones. I know that a lot of people are interested in this story. And in that video, I accused Sports Card Radio of being wannabe journalists. I want to be clear, they have since corrected me, and I appreciate that. I know that the date was July 15th because I can see that on my YouTube channel, and this is also the other reason I want you to know that date. On July 22nd, so after that video, because Sports Card Radio accused me of not reaching out to them before I posted my video. Full disclosure, they were correct. I did not reach out to them before I posted the video. So on July 22nd, I reached out to Sports Card Radio for comment, and I also reached out to Chasing Cardboard for comment and made an official media request to Chasing Cardboard to answer questions or to come onto my YouTube channel for an interview. They declined to comment. That's on July 22nd. Remember that date because we're going to come back to that in a second. Now, from my perspective, this story was dead. I didn't have a comment from Sports Card Radio. I didn't really have a comment from Chasing Cardboard. And not only that, but Chasing Cardboard deleted all of the videos regarding this topic. So from my perspective, this story was over until Chasing Cardboard decided to post this video. And in that video, they tried to educate the hobby on autographs, which is interesting since we're going to get into that. Now, that in itself was just sort of like a dig at Sports Card Radio. I was not offended by the video, but I can understand why Sports Card Radio would be offended. But by YouTube standards, it was pretty harmless. Until I saw the live stream this past Thursday. Now, I don't watch it live. I saw it this weekend. And I saw this statement from Chasing Cardboard. What they did is not good for the hobby. They didn't even seek to get the whole story. And they made up a lot of info. If you really want to see both sides, ask. Ty or myself has been more than willing to speak on any YouTuber's channel. but no one asked, only spread false info and trash talked Chasing Cardboard. Not fair. But this is the part that I want you to focus in on. Speak on any YouTuber's channel. Folks, they say that they would go on any YouTuber's channel. That's not true. That's actually a false statement. I made a media request on July 22nd. I asked them to come on my YouTube channel. They declined. They declined to comment. They declined to come on my channel. They declined. They said they don't want to talk about this anymore. Remember? I made an official media request. I identified myself as a reporter. I asked for comment. They acknowledged my media request and then declined to comment. They knew what I was trying to do. They knew that I wanted to ask them questions. They even acknowledged looking at my YouTube channel. So when they claim that they would go on any YouTuber's channel that asked, that's a lie. I asked on July 22nd and they declined. So when this statement came out, I was shocked because I made a media request. I did ask them for comment. I wanted to hear their side of the story. They declined to comment. So when I saw this on Sports Card Radio, I was shocked. But that's not even the whole story, which is kind of where the reason that I made this video. Now, full disclosure, I did reach out to Sports Card Radio, and I also have reached out to Chasing Cardboard. They gave me a statement. Now, here's what they said. We put out a video, explained the situation, apologized for relisting the card, and changed some of our verbiage for autographed cards. The reality is the card was never sold. We also went above and beyond with the bidder that canceled, provided a stack of rock relics and some cool swag, and sincerely apologized, just because we didn't handle our communication well early on. He continues to slander us for no reason, which should cause most people to question what's really going on. The personal attacks and the criticism with the way Ty carries himself are disgraceful. It's an unfortunate reminder that a certain group in the hobby want to feed into hate. That is not who we are. Our team is working on a lot of incredible things, and throughout all of them, we hold each other accountable to a high standard, a much higher standard than even SCR or others might expect. Ultimately, it was a simple mistake, and like with most of these situations, forced us to learn and adjust to how we handle things. We complete thousands and thousands of amazing transactions each year. Never once, not once, have we ever tried to purposely mislead anyone. As a former journalist, it's your decision how you want to interpret that statement. So I do appreciate that Chasing Cardboard did give a statement, but it raises a lot more questions, and I don't think that they fully understand what is going on. And so that's why I decided to make this video, because there are now serious questions that are left unanswered. First of all, who is Rick? What is the backstory of these autos? And second, is there real provenance to these autographs? Because if there's real provenance, Chasing Cardboard has a serious legal problem. Now, I don't know if you all know about provenance in the art world. That basically means that there's a legal line, like you know where something came from. It speaks to authenticity. If you buy a work of art, you need to know that it was done by the artist themselves. It's very important because the value of what you're buying depends on the authenticity. The same thing with autographs. And if we want the hobby to be multi-million-dollar cards, especially with autographs, then we need to know that they're authentic. That's probably the only reason in my mind that PSA, Beckett, and JSA are good for the hobby, because in all honesty, their grading on cards is so subjective. The fact that you could crack a BGS and send it to PSA and get a different grade means that grading is just not real. It's not authentic enough. You should not be able to get a different grade from a different grader. Everything should be so objective that if this is a 9, it's a 9. If it's a 10, it's a 10. There's no changing that. And because you can change that, it means that grading cards is just not authentic. But in the autograph world, you can't, if PSA authenticates an autograph, there's a 99% chance that it's authentic because there is science behind authenticating autographs. There is actual handwriting experts, and PSA happen to be some of the best experts in the world. There's also Beckett and JSA. I want to be very clear. All three of them, if you send something in to get authenticated, it's 99% real. Of course, they make mistakes, but it's rare that they make mistakes. So this is a big problem for Chasing Cardboard because now they're alluding to the fact that there might be provenance to these autos, that there is a backstory, which is the reason why Ty believed these autos were real. The problem is that if there was real provenance, like if there was a reason that Ty believed these autos were real and authentic, he had a legal obligation to disclose that provenance. Otherwise, he committed fraud. Now, that's an allegation. I'm not saying that it is fraud. But I'm saying that he could legally be prosecuted if he had real provenance, which means that those are the unanswered questions. Where did these autos actually come from? Who is Rick? What is his background? Why did Ty believe the story he was told? And here's the irony. So Ty is upset with Sports Card Radio for making up a story about him, but he's the one that believed a story about these autographs. He has zero proof, because if he has proof that these autos are authentic and he did not disclose that to the buyer, the person that he accused of slandering him, then Chasing Cardboard and Ty could be, it's an allegation, but they could be prosecuted for criminal fraud. And that's what you all need to understand, is that this is not just a simple, I mislisted a card. No. You listed a card as being an on-card auto. You claim that it's authentic. Now, you can say, I think it's authentic, but not know, but you got to disclose that. You got to say in your listing, I don't know if it's real. It's not been graded. It might be fake. That's it. I mean, you have to disclose that. But Ty goes one step further in saying that he has a reason to believe the authenticity because he has some, awareness. Again, he's supposed to disclose what he knows. This is not a situation of buyer beware. As a seller of authenticated items, you are legally required to disclose what you know. And Ty never disclosed what he knew. He kept it a secret, which means that's fraud. You can't pick and choose what you decide to disclose. As a seller, you must give all the verifiable information. So if the story that he was told by Rick, the guy that he bought this collection from, if that story is true, then Ty potentially could have committed fraud. Ty, I don't know if you understand that, but you're not walking into a space that has no criminal liability. You cannot just sell anything you want and go, oh, it's on the buyer. Not when you're dealing with authenticity. If you knew information that would have changed or affected the value of what you sold, then that's not, obviously, when you're dealing with real cards, not autos, but just cards in general, and they're ungraded, and you don't know if they're fake or not. I have that situation with a T206. I don't know if it's fake, so I have to send it in to get it authenticated so that I know that it's real. So when I sell it, I have certainty that it's real. Now, all the other cards would then probably be real. I have a larger probability of chance that all the other cards I have should be real because they were all bought in the same lot at the same time and they're all the same. So I need to grade some of them to understand, is this lot real or not? Now, obviously, anytime you buy anything ungraded, there's a risk, but I'm giving disclosure. I already graded X amount, therefore this should be real. Ty, you never did that. That's the problem. And I don't know if you really understand that. And that's an issue for you, and maybe you and your team may need to take a step back and understand the law before you go out and become a seller. And for everybody in the community, and I appreciate the community, I'm a new YouTuber. Everyone knows that. I thank the YouTube community for allowing me to come on. I like doing these videos. I like covering these stories. I don't like the positivity crowd because positivity seems to replace honesty. And whether you like the tone that Sports Card Radio provides, at least they're trying to be honest. And positivity can't replace honesty. You can't just be positive if someone's lying to you. Ty, you need to come to grips with the fact that you're not telling us everything. And that's the problem. We need full disclosure as to what this collection is all about. I am giving an open invitation to Chasing Cardboard, Ty, anyone on the team that knows about this collection, knows who Rick is, to come on the channel and answer these questions. I'm also giving an open invitation to Sports Card Radio, since they were dragged into the middle of this situation. If they want to come on the channel, they can as well. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. This has gotten to be a huge story. This is literally one of the hottest videos on my channel. So I appreciate all the likes, all the views, and please let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video.